can only go the suited king in early position.
My friends and I actually have an inside joke about Danny, but he had this expression, this line that he said. We went to the water park with him many, many years ago, probably like 10 years ago, out in Vegas. And then he had this little moment where he turned to us and he just goes, "Good times, good people." This like very kind of like deadpan Danny Maxwell way. We're just me and my friends still reference it to this day.
Big 5, right?
Yeah, with the Irish accent and everything. Yeah, good times, good people.
Some suited connectors in the big blind for Eychenne, facing the open of Suarez on the button. I'm ready to go heads up to this flop.
And can my man Suarez catch a break? I mean, look at this. He had the chip lead yesterday. Poor guy doesn't have any cool, talented, or rich friends. He's just tough to look at. I mean, hair is brutal.
Silk shirt collection.
Yeah. Oh, there you go, pal. I knew it'd turn around eventually.
Top pair, top kicker now for Suarez. Flush draw developing for Eychenne.
Yeah, Suarez can bet pretty big here. Because he's pretty much only repping, hey, look, I turned a queen, so you can fold your 5x or your 3x or whatever. And he really wants to cooler those weaker queens, those 10x's that refuse to fold, those hands like 5-4 of hearts.
Well, how convenient. That's what he has.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think that obviously there's going to be in your brain, be like, should I be thinking about raising this because I have a pair and a flush draw? But I think it is kind of a nice natural call because Suarez is just going to snap you off when he does have a queen, and then maybe keep bluffing if the rivers say a 5 or a 4 or a heart.
Ooh.
Oh gosh!
Absolutely
Medic!
Brutal
Medic!
river. Trip 5s for Eychenne. Suarez with top pair, top kicker, gonna have 14 big blinds behind. Could this be the swan song?
It's just, you've seen the frustration on Suarez. He only has, you know, 3.5 million with nearly 3 million out there. You wouldn't fault him for betting near pot, even shoving to try to get a hero call from a 10 or a weaker queen. I think that he busts in this hand a great deal. I think there's a chance he bets 2.5 million and then folds for the last million. But that just sucks, leaving yourself with like 4 bigs or whatever.
2,500,000.
Yeah,
Yep,
2.5
nailed
million.
it.
Yeah, wow.
Thank you.
And if you're wondering, you know, does Eychenne ever just call here? Definitely not. Suarez would have bet queens on the flop. Maybe would have checked pocket 10s, but oh, he's just gonna feel so sick when he sees this shove. Oh. This is the face of someone that is begging for a call, and then his whole demeanor is going to shift. Like, are you kidding me? I just had king jack, it came king, queen, queen. Now I'm being put all in when I have ace, queen on.
5 million.
And he knows it too. I know it feels like he's so committed, but he knows that this is 5x of hearts, you know?
And he just, maybe 2 hands earlier in this orbit, made a hero fold on the river as well. Can he find it again for his tournament life? Or is he going to be our 6th place finisher
and
today?
it's just every combo of 5x of hearts, right? It's not like there's not a ton of 5s you can have here. It's like it's 5 deuce of hearts, it's 5-4 of hearts, 5-6 of hearts, all the way up. So it just makes sense. And you know what? You're not even beating Queen 10, right? That is also within the realm of possibility that could value shove this river, because something like kings or aces, if Suarez had them, probably would have bet the flop. So you can confidently put in Queen 10 here.
In the event Suarez finds the fold, he's only going to have 4 big blinds behind.
He just has this smile on his face that says, people just don't bluff here. But there's also that little tickle in his brain where it's like, I've been playing with this guy for the last 3+ days, and if anyone is capable, it might be him. Because ultimately Suarez's range is capped here, right? I mean, I think he could have pocket 10s. Oh, he puts the rest in. Just felt too committed.
Okay. Good luck. Thank you. Good luck.
And our former chip leader, Suarez, going to be exiting in 6th place today. He's going to take home $291,800.
All right.
Congratulations to you,
Take it down. Take it down.
Very well played
See ya.
today.
Huge moment in his career, but this would be, you know, a crowning achievement. Friends and family on the rail.
Definitely not a guy to shy away from a challenge, big moment. As we said earlier, he has stepped up to the plate twice during pandemic times, taking 50 euros to 50,000, then 100,000. All while on Twitch, streaming the whole time.
Yeah, and if there's anyone who's, I think, most prepared to really wield a chip lead, it's going to be Eychenne, but is going to get some resistance now from the Italian. He's going to have to put him a little bit in line. Sizing-wise, though, makes it a bit small, and I think this might run into a little trouble against the chip leader. I think a more standard size would be something north of 1.7 or 1.8. So because Eychenne's put in 550 and it's only 850 more, and he's in position, I think we could see him rightfully peeling a combo like 10-8 suited. So I think this is a bit of a sizing mistake from Zaffagnini. It's not really a hand you love seeing in a 3-bet pot, ace-9 off, right? Out of position. And yeah, he's a bit concerned now, maybe. Yeah, and now it's going to get real tricky for him.
Jack 8-7. Eychenne with 2nd pair and the gut shot. Zaffagnini with just a gut shot.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Thomas might still have called a big size, but I think to have made it closer to 2 million here would just really define the hand, and you probably just get it through.
Do you just think it was an absent-minded mistake?
I think it might have been a mistake.
Because it's the sizing you want to go when you're in position?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's definitely more of an in-position sizing. I'll say that, like, maybe because of stack depth, sometimes you want to be going a little smaller, but you're just giving such a good price. I mean, if Eychenne had, like, I don't know, King Jack off, probably would have just folded. But the playability of something like 10-8 suited, very happy to flick it in and get this flop. And now, well, what do you know?
Very interesting.
Ooh-wee.
10 on the turn, going to give Eychenne 2 pair, but the straight for the Italian.
1.2 million.
What's up with that? Is that Key and Peele? Where's that?
No, you're doing Keenan Thompson from SNL.
Okay, yes.
What's up with
Thank
that
you very
caption?
much. And this is just weird for Eychenne here. Seeing the small sizing pre, then the bet when you should really only be betting a 9. It's like, dude, what 9 are you saying you have here? You're saying you have pocket 9s with this small sizing pre? This is a huge
7 on the river
turn
pairs
of
the
fortune.
board.
All right, I'm going to play the over-under sizing game for you, Caitlin.
Okay.
Over-under 4.5 million.
Under.
Yeah, that's probably a good bet.
I think he's going to make it 420, baby.
Blaze it.
$4 million.
Do you think this is a
4 million.
bad river for Zaffagnini to get paid because now Eychenne is losing to ace-jack, a lot of jack-x combos?
Yeah, I mean, also has to consider whether Zaffagnini ever takes this line with aces, kings, queens, which are now also have counterfeit the 10-8. I mean, look at, yeah, Thomas is wearing it. He's like, this hand's weird, dude.
All right, and I think I win the over-under bet as he's made it 4 million to go.
You do.
Can Eychenne get away from it here?
I think what what he's struggling with is just people don't really bluff in this spot because I'm supposed to have 9s here. I have, you know, Jack 9 suited, 10-9 suited, Ace 9 suited, even King 9 suited with that pre-flop sizing, Queen 9 suited. So why are you just randomly bluffing here? I just don't think you are. And even though I flopped well and I turned 2 pair, I just don't see how you could ever be bluffing here. And
Yeah, I mean, what
think,
natural bluffs are even left?
Yeah.
Just bricked clubs only?
but even those would be so scared to bluff into this range that Eychenne has. So I think that he's going to fold. He's going to be very confused. He knows he's going to find out, you know, I guess, maybe not naturally in 30 minutes because we'll have a 20-minute break. I don't know when he'll find out, but he will eventually. And think about how deflating it is to call 4 million here and have started this hand with nearly 20 and suddenly you have 13 and you're right in that, you know, pack with Brzezinski, with Ionita. Oh, I can't. Just
Stefan Sebastian.
Stefan Sebastian, yeah. And then granting this newfound chip lead.
If he can
to
find the
Zaffagnini.
fold here, he will hold on to the chip lead. Really getting right in there with these players with the close-up shots today. Make sure to do your skincare, poker players, because you could be on a final table, and we're going to see every pour here.
I mean, in a lot of ways, this is one of, if not the biggest poker hands of this man's career right here. This swing could really shift things. And you can tell how pained, how close it is for him. Putain, I believe, means in French. I'm from Montreal, so
Oh, you
yeah,
have
any
a
other
little bilingual
curse word?
skills.
Yeah.
I'll be very proud of you the day you come in here with conversational French.
So would my girlfriend.
I know. Bless her heart. She just want to communicate with you, brother.
And Chen does find the fold. Good man.
Wow. Some very impressive folding here at the final table.
Beautiful work. He has not put a foot wrong today. Oh, King Kong.
King Kang ain't got nothing on Eychenne. Oh boy. And a fairly strong holding for Zaffagnini as well, especially shorthanded, especially against a fairly aggressive chip leader.
God, I like this call. Just feels too strong to fold and too
Risky.
risky to be 3-betting. You are allowing Pineda to sneak in there with the very playable 8-7 suited. Luckily, you have that dominated.
Queen, Jack, Jack. Are you feeling great about this with 2 kings and 2 people in the hand, Griffin? You feel like someone might have snuck in there with a jack in their hand?
Yeah, I mean, I think you have options here. I think you can get a little tricky if you want and mix in some checkbacks. You would hate to get check raised here by Jack
Yeah.
X or a heart combo. And does find the check.
Turn is the 10 of hearts. It doesn't actually hit anyone else here. But again, with kings, it's all sort of in that area. No heart in your hand. Ooh. Zaffagnini committing chips with 0% equity. Of course, in his mind, a king would be the best card for him.
Yeah, so it's a bit of a strange spot for Zaffagnini because in a lot of ways he's finding himself with the bottom of his range, but this texture should really, really smash his small blind flatting range. So he's decided to see if he can win this pot. Also set a price for his double gutter. You know, he does have a straight draw to the 9 and to the king, but both of those dead to the exact holding of Eychenne. So because of his perceived range, can I bet something between, you know, 1.5 and 3.5 million that I could get a fold out of a checked back queen pre-flop or an ace-10 with the ace of hearts? And I really like this this give up from Zaffagnini. I think this bet was fine. Of course, we can see it was never going to work against kings. Now Eychenne's going to try to take Zaffagnini to value town if he decides to bet, but he just decides to check.
Don't slow roll the guy. He said ace high. Let's go. Eychenne with a chip lead now more significant than we've seen really at any point today.
Okay, Tommy.
Tommy, can you hear me?
Tommy 2 times. Gonna come out
Make it
with
1.2 million. Make it 1.2 million.
4x. I mean, really, really pressurizing that middle stack, that third in chips with 35 big blinds. And I think that King 4 suited is gonna be too strong, and he'd call that. But imagine the pressure it puts on a hand like King 4 off, right? Facing a 4x raise when you really need to be playing snug. So
much card sharing, so much domination, and look at this, huh? Lady, lady, lady. Lady luck.
My sister gave up. My sister gave up.
lady luck.
Of course.
You jinxed me.
I'm ruined.
Ruined, you did
important than
this. So, you notice range is definitely strengthened by the decision to call a 4x. I think that's one of the things I've been most impressed by Thomas is sometimes his sizing really gives definition to the ranges of his opponents.
Oh, okay. Not to his range, but to his opponent's range.
Yeah, I mean, you know, if you can take out. Stefan Sebastian's not going to have Jack 8 off here. You know, he's not even probably going to have Jack 9 off facing a 4X when he really shouldn't be getting involved. So he is going to have some ace highs, some, I would say, King 9 off, any suited king. But then you can eliminate, you know, King Deuce, King 3 off.
Do you
King
really
5
think
off.
that you're going to get ace and king highs to fold with a C bet here?
So I don't think you're going to get ace high to fold, and king high is going to be very close. But even here, right, doesn't down bet. He's betting more on the flop than he did before it. And a little flicker of his Adam's apple.
Quads on board, table pay. Where are my Ultimate Texas Hold'em players at?
Yeah, and now I think Thomas needs to wave the white flag, because he's up against oftentimes the nuts, the second nuts. Sometimes Nut is going to have, you know, pocket sixes and now hate this board, but way more combos of high cards.
Eychenne has waved the white flag for now. Ionita's got to be pretty happy just to get one step closer to showdown with king high.
Preach, brother.
There it is.
Oh my gosh, and he is reaching. He's hoping that Stefan has something like pocket eights, which would have just flatted pre, flopped a boat, and then would fold. The sizing is strong. It is the kind of bet that it is possible to fold out a king.
Thought those were the cards going into the middle already. 3.5 million into 5.3 million.
This is the biggest hand of the final table, and it's really just developed from, you know.
Now answer me this, Griffin. We know that Ionita's got a king, and that's a relatively tough card to get to fold here at the second nuts, right?
Very hard, yeah.
But Eychenne's trying to fold out any card that's bigger than a 5 at this point, right? So, because he loses to an 8, he loses to a 10, he loses to a jack.
Yeah, so Eychenne's worst nightmare here is he gives up on the river, and then Ionita just wins at showdown with pocket sixes or pocket sevens or pocket eights, pocket nines, all these hands that could have rightfully just flatted pre-flop because they don't want to just get in 35 big blinds as third in chips. So if you split the range between these pocket pairs, and by the way, those wouldn't necessarily check back. They might just bet on the river to not lose to jack high or whatever. So if you split that range between all the king highs that he could have and all the ace highs, I mean, it is going to be more combos of ace highs and king highs. Oh, this is real close. But ultimately, you got to be sitting there and thinking, I have the second nuts. I have the second nuts. This is a very capable opponent. Would he really be trying to bluff me off the second nuts?
Nice call. Ionita makes a nice call, and what Griffin Bender is calling the hand of the tournament. And with that, Eychenne gives up the chip lead again.
Our short stack's going to be in the big blind this hand. Pineda has 2 in the middle, 12 behind.
You know, if I know one thing about Joe, he can't miss a good snowman's.
I love the snowmans.
All in.
All right.
Uh-oh.
I don't think this one's going to get through. All
Yeah.
in and a call. Pineda's tournament life is at risk.
Rey 4.
And the meat cookie jar.
Well, the worst thing that can happen here is he is going to walk away
Rey
with
4 contra par de
379,000 euros. The best thing that can happen 33% of the time is a double up. And Ionita with a great opportunity to add to his chip lead should these 8s hold. 5-5 deuce. Real good for 8s.
Could be some exciting turn cards, though.
Absolutely. Low and pointy and red. That ain't none of those things. Pineda with just 3 outs. 1 chance to hit. 8% to beat the 8s. Oh. No
Well,
king
again, bro.
for Pineda.
Very good game, bro.
And he is eliminated in 5th place,
Buen juego, hermano.
outlasting 2,040 plus players, taking home 379,350 euros. Time to make like the Nina, the Pinta, and the Santa Maria
Yeah, I'm actually
and ship.
not entirely sure about a 15 big blind shove here. I think it's an easy shove, you know, and then, yeah, you know what, gets snapped.
Oh my goodness.
I think I would have liked to have just seen a min raise off this particular stack size.
Good luck.
Brzezinski in real rough shape. This not even really a flip.
No.
30% dog.
You're just getting called by better and folding out worse here, whereas you can just min with the blockers, maybe get some. People aren't really going to three bet you light here. So I think, yeah, around 11 big blinds, you just shove it in, and then after that, you can just start min raising. So I think a small mistake here from Brzezinski, but we'll see. 29% of the time, it works every time.
And that is an interesting flop. Brzezinski
You're happy?
flops an open-ender. Zaffagnini has a set. Some turns will have Brzezinski drawing dead, but for now, has 7 outs. That is it, though. Full house on the turn for Zaffagnini. No hope after that. Drawing deed. Tomasz Brzezinski eliminated in 4th place. But everyone's big blinds now shrinking significantly because we have reached the 250,000, 500,000 blind level, which puts Ionita at 54 big blinds, Zaffagnini on 41 big blinds, and Eychenne drops down to 24 big blinds. Eychenne folds. $10-6 for the year of Romania.
1.2.
Zaffagnini going to put in the call. Or heads up once more.
We're one elimination from being nothing but heads up. It's the two chip leaders going at it here. Deuce, tray 5, gut shot for Ionita. Backdoor clubs for Zaffagnini. Queen high is all right for now. And it looks like the gut shot's gonna get gutsy. This is a continuation bet. Zaffagnini reached for his cards like he wasn't super thrilled about his hand.
Yeah, I feel like that was a club check, though, does decide that with the club and 2 overs, it's good enough to see one more.
One more brings a straight for Ionita. Made it 1.2 million pre, bet 1.1 on the flop, and is going to fire again. Similar, excuse me, bigger sizing, went up. 2.3 million now. Zaffagnini went for chips pretty quickly.
Yeah, but I feel like this hand should be done just because, you know, yeah, we see that Ionita has the higher end of the straight, but, you know, when he raises pre, of course, he could also have some of the wheel ace X hands as well, and then those are very likely still going to be betting. So even though maybe Zaffagnini's thinking like, oh, this doesn't quite make sense, maybe this feels a little more like my board, I don't actually think that that's the case. Was that a raise?
It sure was. Yeah. Zaffagnini with a pure bluff. And this...
I mean, I certainly do like this line a little better than just calling. I thought he was considering calling, which I thought was weird. I mean, this is definitely better.
As played,
but
is what Maria's about to say.
Yeah,
I think it's just ambitious because I just imagine Ionita's just going to check a lot of the turns.
I'm surprised to see it as well, especially with, I mean, blind v blind, card removal not huge, but he's got a diamond and a club in his hand, sort of somewhat decreasing the chances that the Romanian is on a flush draw.
Takes some of the semi-bluffs out.
Mm-hmm.
And I know it's pretty hard to nail down ranges, obviously heads up, right? But you'd imagine that with the pre-flop raise that there are going to be some aces in the range.
8.5.
Here comes the re-raise. A very rare flop 3-bet, excuse me, turn 3-bet.
Now this pot has
and obviously
million.
Yeah, and we can see here that, you know, if perhaps Ionita calls here, he would maybe get Zaffagnini to put more chips in on the river. But because of that two-tone, 2 flush draws out there, you can understand why Ionita wants to put more money in right now against some of those draws. I mean, if he knew how out of line Zaffagnini was getting, he would just be calling all day and checking the river.
Yeah. So regardless of how Zaffagnini handles the rest of this hand, Ionita is going to win a big pot. How much more is Zaffagnini going to lose? This surely has to be posturing at this point.
Absolutely. I don't think he's thinking about anything but folding right now. But hey, he plays a time chip.
He used the time.
Two
Wow.
two since the re-raise.
Huh. I'm sorry. I felt like my huh was very judgmental. I would like to take that back.
No, it's out there now. I guess at this point he does finally fold, but I guess there was a substantial part of him that thought that queen high might be good there.
Or maybe he's thinking, can I win this hand? Can I win this hand if I jam here? How many eventualities do I actually get a fold? Ace-8 for Ionita on the button. Chip leader. Makes it $1 million. Pocket fives for Zaffagnini, and he's going to ship. He is the shortest stack.
Yeah, seems like a fine spot to do it with this particular holding. Oh, no. Uh-oh.
Eychenne with ace-jack.
And listen, you hate to see Eychenne in the tank right now when you're Zaffagnini, right? You're just thinking, you know, Eychenne's gonna fold, maybe Ionita's gonna think about it. Yeah, you hate it when the third player ends up being the one calling you.
Wow, not what we expected. Zaffagnini, all in for his tournament life, is slightly ahead. Like a mannequin factory versus a mannequin museum, one of these two things has a slight mathematical advantage. Could be potentially going heads up or potentially handing out $641,200 to Umberto Zaffagnini if those fives don't hold. It's big on the flop. Somehow missing Eychenne's exact 2 cards, but he's got 9 outs to bust Zaffa. Seven on the turn makes it 13 outs. That's a lot to dodge for 2 fives. Can't do it. Eychenne makes Broadway and sends Zaffagnini on his way. Umberto Zaffagnini. Look at, now that the glasses are off.
Start a cult now, brother.
641,200 euros for the Zaffa.
And I do think, you know, throughout the days of coverage, we might have had a little more focus on Eychenne just because he's a player with a resume that we're all very much aware of. But honestly, Ionita has really been able to maneuver, just especially in the later stages, very, very well to get himself to this point and has handled himself well. So definitely not counting him out right now.
Ionita's made it 1.2 million with deuces. Eychenne is re-raising with queen deuce. This is a pretty good pair to run into in this situation.
Yeah, still fairly deep, you know, 50 bigs certainly can set mine here. And, you know, Eychenne picked a good candidate to 3-bet with, you know, just has this paint card with some removal, and then, you know, just a deuce, which isn't going to play very well post, especially out of position. You're really just trying to get your opponent to fold pre. That would have been a nice pickup. This does feel like the type of board that Eychenne's going to like as the 3-better. You know, if we include, of course, value hands such as, you know, strong ace-X's, the suited aces, you know, some of these king-queen, etc. You know, all of those hands are going to have a lot of equity here if they're not already there, and deuce is just in a real bad way.
Deuces.
Tough to see how.
Deuces are pretty deucey here.
Never loses.
They're pretty poopy.
Yeah.
A couple of number
They
twos.
are, and I mean, yeah, you can find the continue here, but I really think it's about future streets as well.
Yeah.
Just how often are you going to get to the river?
How often are you going to get
a cheap
counterfeited?
showdown?
How often is it going to come an ace or a 9 on this river and you've got nothing, literally? Eychenne has pumped the brakes slightly.
Yeah, because I do think that Ionita does have some continues pre-flop that, of course, contain 10x, some of these, you know, Broadway suited hands, some 10-9 suited, some of these Jack-10 suited, all of those hands, of course, and some ace-X as well.
What a suck out on this river. Cracking the deuces, the 1 overcard. Unbelievable.
Yeah, as you mentioned, deuces are going to have a tough time holding after that flop. And at this point, Eychenne just looking to play his queens and 10s as a bluff catcher.
Check. Queen.
Check, check. Eychenne gets to show that queen. Ah! Oh!
Shut.
Notice the reluctancy to turn over the deuce with the queen.
Yeah. Ooh. I mean, this dude said he was a heads-up expert. I believe it. With that hand right there, I believe it. Ionita is in big trouble if every hand goes like that. He did say he was an expert, Piaka, on Twitch. But we had that in our research about him anyway. He also did a bankroll challenge during COVID where he ran 50 euros up to 50,000 in 50 days. And then he was like, you know what? I completed my challenge. And then he ran it up to 100,000 euros.
Yeah, I don't think he was overstating his prowess, you know, just for the intimidation factor. I think that, you know, he was being honest about what he feels like is his strength. And, you know, like you said, of course, there's a little bit of like, yeah, I don't think you're in a good spot here, buddy. You might want to take the deal, but he wasn't lying. Like, he clearly understands heads up.
Me. Sorry.
It's hard heads up. It's like every other turn, it's your turn. Top pair for Ionita, who checks. Eychenne does bet. Quick call.
Very quick call.
Turns a 3. Not super relevant. Yes, Ritalin on YouTube, who also mentions that Eychenne did a 10 euros to 1 million challenge. He was 20 or 30% of the way there and was like, you know what, if I play live, I'll get there faster. Went to PSPC, finished 7th, $800,000, boom, got there. This is a man who is either very good at poker or very good at rearranging the universe for cards to fall his way. Another...
Very good at hitting 3-outers.
Yes, another somewhat miraculous river for Thomas Eychenne. Not that this is, you know, a tournament-winning situation right now, but Ionita is pretty high up in his range. And Eychenne somehow drills the winner.
Yeah, it's hard to think that, you know, queens aren't going to be good here very often. You would imagine that any better queen X's would have bet the turn, and, you know, any straight draws might have just gone ahead and bet the turn as well. So just pretty unfortunate that it's a king, or you're good with the pair of queens.
Ionita does pay it off, so now we've got both significant pots of this heads-up match. Thomas Eychenne leading Ionita 76 big blinds to 23 big blinds. Ace-6. Ionita just calls. Ace-king for Eychenne.
Oh my gosh.
This has been an absolute bloodbath for the Romanian player. Eychenne just having the best of it at every crucial moment. Eychenne has raised, made it 2.4 million. Ionita shoves. We know what's happening here. Eychenne makes the call. And Ionita is dominated for his tournament life. That deal probably feeling very good right about now. Only a 23% chance this tournament continues. 73% of the time we have got a new champion. Let's see the flop. 9-5 tray. Still only 3 immediate outs for Ionita, but we could have a sweat on the turn. And that turn is the Queen of Hearts, not a sweat. Anything but a 6 on this river, and it is over. River's a king. That's top pair for Eychenne. He is our 2025 EPT Barcelona champion. Called himself a heads-up expert. Asked for a little bit more than ICM in the deal, and doing so really came here and proved it. Obviously ran spectacularly heads up. And
I mean, he was brave and he was bold throughout this tournament, but card distribution in the end really favored him.
yes, and a hearty congratulations to Stefan Sebastian Ionita.
His biggest cash to date, still very early on in his career, just 27 years old, has a lot to be proud of.
So they made the deal for 1.1 million each. Thomas Eychenne gets an additional 100,000.
Congratulations, you deserve it.
Yes, thank you.
And very
oh my God, what a feeling, what a feeling.
Respectful and humble in defeat, Ionita, as the French rail celebrates. Thomas Eychenne in the poker history books, joining the ranks of many legends who have won massive field events here in Barcelona, this being the third biggest Barcelona
thing you
main
did,
event of all
before.
time.
I mean, good shot, you know, so in your advantage this time.
We're millionaires.
Congrats.
I'm so jealous of everything about these guys, their looks, their brains, their millionaire status. What an event this has been. Cannot be overstated how many people played this event. 2,045 runners, and these 6 outlasted almost all of them. There was, in fact, a deal at the end. They chopped it 1.17 million each. Thomas Eychenne getting an extra 100,000 for the win. Thomas about to enter the history books, and right now he's down on the floor with Cedric below.
Welcome to the trophy presentation for the PokerStars European Tour Barcelona. I'm Cedric Bayou, Associate Director for PokerStars Live Events. Joining me on stage today, Cristina Sendra, Poker Manager for Casino Barcelona, PokerStars Tournament Director Toby Stone, and the Live Event Business Development Manager Julien Liarte, and of course our champion Thomas Eychenne. Before we hand the trophy to the winner, I would just like to say a few words. This EPT Barcelona was another amazing success. Many records were broken. We introduced the Spin and Go Championship live as well, creating incredible poker moments for many, many players. The next EPT will be in Malta in October. We hope to see many of you there. Now, the time we're all waiting for, besting a field of more than 2,000 players. To take the title and 1.2 million euros for the first place, please give it up to Thomas.